Hello. Good morning. This is Pinky with the Coinbros, and welcome back to the channel. It is Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. Anytime I get to hang out with the kids, just chill at home, nothing crazy. Next weekend, I'm going to the fights, the UFC fights. I got really good tickets. My brother got me tickets to it, and then I'm also doing the slap fight just for fun. We got like front row seats to the slap fight, so that's going to be interesting. So next week will be good. I'm going to bring a camera too, so I'll talk some crypto while I'm at the slap fights, while guys get knocked unconscious with slaps. Pretty silly sport. Anyway, so last night I did a video. It was our first like nighttime video where I kind of do a breakdown of the market and stuff. And I was talking about the 65K level in Bitcoin. And it was exactly like I said. We were watching that 65K line, and we actually broke upward. So we shot up to like 70K, which is a big jump in Bitcoin, right? That went up like, I think let me look up real quick. Let me see some of the stories. So yeah, so Bitcoin right now is at about 69K, around there right now. So it went up like 3 to 4% overnight, which is a big spike, especially in this market. The market's kind of, it's shaky, man. We're in a downtrend. It's, we're in a bear market, but there was a big push upward, and this all comes after the war. There was all the war news, Iran with Dubai being bombed. So it's, it makes sense the Bitcoin dumped. But like I was saying yesterday, I think the price of Bitcoin is pretty close to the bottom now. We might see it go lower. Nothing goes straight up or down, but I don't think we're going to see Bitcoin go under the 50s. Like, I just don't see that. If it does happen, like I said, buy the hell out of it. And that kind of leads into, well, before I lead into the first three, there's three really cool stories, or not cool, but just good stories. And we'll just talk a little bit about it. So obviously Bitcoin was a big mover. We have SUI it went up like almost 4%, which is pretty good. Hyperliquid went up about 3%. BNB's up about 3%, and Solana's up about 2.5 to 3%. So those are the big boys. Probably some coins that you maybe want to have in your portfolio. Definitely Solana if you like playing in the meme coins. I have a lot of Solana. That's what I deal with. It's so easy to trade with, and like that's where all the action is. Obviously Ethereum, Bitcoin. I think those are all good coins to hold on to if you want to have like a diversified portfolio. So those are all doing good right now, right? And we'll dive into some of the stories. So one cool story is, and this is not really like any new news, but this dude just keeps buying Bitcoin. So MicroStrategies bought another 3,015 Bitcoin for about $200 million. And they're buying it at these prices, right? And they were buying it up in the hundreds too. They just keep buying. They don't care what the price is. Anytime it goes down, they're buying more. I mean, what does that tell you, right? They're either the dumbest people in the world, or they're gonna be the smartest people in the world, and they're gonna rule the entire planet at some point, because they have, so their average on Bitcoin that they bought is 67,000, which is still it's around right where we're at right now. But if we're close to the bottom, and let's just say next cycle comes around and Bitcoin goes to a couple $100,000, maybe $400,000, like a lot of people think, I mean, just imagine the type of profits those guys are going to be in. And I don't think they're going to stop buying. They're just going to keep buying. It's a finite asset. There's only 21 million ever, right? And 3 or 4 million of those Bitcoins are gone forever. They're locked up in cold storages, or somebody lost their computer, or who knows where, a solid 20% of the Bitcoin in the world, if they'll ever be found again. Probably not. So the real supply is only like 17, 18 million. That's not very much to go around, right? If every millionaire in the world wants a Bitcoin, there ain't enough. There's not enough to go around. And they're all going to want it, right? And most people want more than one. So it's a good way to look at it, right? So if you can, obviously it's a lot of money to own a Bitcoin, but you don't need to own a full Bitcoin. You can own fractions of a Bitcoin. You can own 0.1 of a Bitcoin. That's going to, it's not about owning a total Bitcoin. And if you can work up to owning a full Bitcoin, just lock that baby away. Don't ever touch it. Probably the best thing you ever did. So, yeah, MicroStrategies has bought about, $200 million worth of Bitcoin in the past, Okay, so bringing their holdings to 720,737 Bitcoin. So their valuation for what they own is roughly 47 billion right now. 47 billion. Now let's multiply that by 3 by the time the next cycle runs around, 3 or 4. They're sitting on, you know, sitting on a good chunk of change there. Well, I keep soaking on. Yeah, they're saying they just keep buying, right? Okay, now BitMine added another 98 million in Ethereum. And I think that's Tom Lee, right? BitMine. Yeah, so they are accumulating the hell out of ETH, and they've staked 6 billion worth of ETH, right? So they're basically like they're like the support for Ethereum right now. They just keep buying more, and then they're staking it. And, you know, I'm gonna be honest about Ethereum. I think Ethereum's kind of underperformed this cycle big time. A lot of people were very big on ETH, and I still think ETH is a super important crypto, and there's so many things like that it does, and it's like the value layer for so many projects and stable coins and these things. But boy, did that price underperform this cycle. And just the use of it, you know, with like something like Solana, and this is just personal opinion, I feel like, I think it was my brother that told me, like, so basically Bitcoin is like the savings layer, right? Where you get your Bitcoin, you don't sell it, you hold it. It's to add wealth and value, and you just hold on to that. And with Solana, it's like the transaction layer. So it's a place where you want to use it, right? Like, it's fast, it's cheap, it's easy. It's the reason why meme coins and all these coins are being used on Solana, because it just works better. It's, you know, like when you use Ethereum, you have to approve, you have to do this and that, and it takes a long time. It takes, you know, 5 to 10 seconds to even have a transaction go through. With something like Solana, it's instant. You send money, it's there in like, you know, less than a second. Same thing with transactions. If you want to trade a coin, you press buy, you have the coins instantly, right? Which in something like meme coins, where it's all, you know, it's based on speed, that's super important, man. I was actually trading on BNB the other day on a terminal, and I forgot how slow it is compared to Solana. And this isn't like a Solana video where I just love it, I think it's the best chain. I just think for certain things it's really good. But I was using a BNB coin, and it was crazy how slow it was. It's like you click buy, and then you have to wait, and then you see your buy go. And I'm like, dude, within that time, you could get sniped by somebody else. You know, you don't get the same price that you want if it's a meme coin that's moving around. It's kind of a headache, right? So I think with Solana, what they did properly with meme coins and things like that is they made it simpler, right? They made the blockchain easier to use and do less things, so the transactions could be quick. And I think we've learned this cycle that that's kind of what people want. You just got to look and see like what people want in the industry, and you just got to go with that, right? People want to play with meme coins and trade and have fun and be degenerates this cycle. And things like Ethereum, people don't want complicated stuff, right? Like, they don't want to use complicated things to just play around. Obviously, Ethereum's a massive coin, and there's so many different aspects to it that are like valuable in the industry. But I think they dropped the ball big time as far as retail, growing Ethereum just as like a brand, right, for the entire world to get behind. I think they dropped the ball a bit, and the price shows, you know. And they're also selling into it. You know, Vitalik and all those guys, they constantly sell their coins, which doesn't help the price. So, not that this isn't a hate Ethereum video, but I'm a little irritated with Ethereum because I had a lot. I got rid of most of it. Okay, and let's look at some other stories here. So, Elliptic says crypto outflows from Iran are the largest exchanges, jumped 700% minutes after the airstrike. Now, that's not really surprising news, right? There's a war. People are trying to get their money out. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know if they have to evacuate. They don't know if they're going to be able to access their banks. And it just shows that, you know, crypto's being used as an emergency exit valve, like, for capital. So, like, if you got to, people, it's easy, right? Like, think about it. If you're in some country and you have all your money wrapped up in a bank, and then you have something horrible like a war happening, or it's happened so many times where We got your money, you can't get your money. Everyone wants to get their money out at the same time, good luck. With crypto, you just click a button, get that money out. Now, exchanges that hold your money, if that's where you keep it, they can shut down, which is why you don't ever want to have your money on an exchange, especially big chunks of money. If it's your savings and all of your crypto, you put it in a cold storage. Make sure it's in a ledger. Make sure it's on, you know, something safe that's offline. You don't ever want to keep your money on an exchange, because that's just like a really bad bank. They can get hacked. They can just disappear. There's no insurance on a lot of things. Keep your money in a ledger, cold storage, and make sure you have your private keys somewhere safe. We'll do an entire video on like safety and security with your crypto if you're new to crypto, but it's like the first rules, and that kind of segues into another thing that we're doing. So Coinbros, we're gonna be doing a group, and it's gonna be a free group for everybody. We have been in the game for like 10 years. I've been through 4 cycles. I've seen lots of people come and go. I've seen trends come and go. I've seen a lot. I myself have made a million mistakes. I've made a million mistakes, and I continue to make mistakes. And the goal here is to make sure you guys don't make as bad of mistakes, because the reality is everybody makes mistakes in crypto. But, you know, I've seen a lot of these things play out, and a lot of the things are, it's like there's patterns to everything, right? And there's things that you can learn in this industry that will save you a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of headache, and just like make you navigate better. It's just a way that you can understand like the overarching aspect of like what crypto is, how it works, what are the proper things to do, how do I not lose all of my money, how do I not get caught up in a lot of the nonsense. And we made a 21-step, basically it's like a Bible for crypto, right? We've been in the game for 10 years. We've seen it all. You know, we've been in every aspect of the industry as far as building projects, you know, gaming, you name it, you know, meme coins, which we're heavily into right now, DeFi, just across the board, we've seen it all, and we've been a part of both sides of them. So we made a 21-step, basically, I don't even know what you would call it, like a Bible for you guys, and that's going to be absolutely free when you go to our group. So we're going to be giving you guys a bunch of free gifts too. So we want to make sure that we're a really good education source, and also just a place where you can learn and make some money, right? Like, because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to make a bunch of money here. But you want to enjoy it. You want to be around people that are, you know, solid people, like-minded, you know, have good info, and you want to enjoy your time, and you want to make a lot of money. And another thing is, I'll stop ranting here soon. It's tough not to be negative in a space when the market's down, right? It's very tough not to be, oh man, my bags are down. Oh, I made a big mistake. I shouldn't have jumped into these coins. I messed up. Everybody does it, right? Like, it sucks. It's horrible to lose money. But the one thing you don't want to do is shut off at this time, right? Because it's very easy to wash your hands, shut off, and be like, I'm done with crypto. And then what happens is when the market heats up, you're going to jump back into it and probably repeat the same thing over and over again. What you need to be doing is you need to be building in these times, right? You need to understand that, yeah, when it's slow, this is when a lot of people leave. This is when it's a little more boring, right? You're not going to see crazy gains and stuff, but it's the time where you can get into groups, you can get in communities, you can get around the right people, and you can start building things up to where when it does happen, when the market does get crazy again, you're making millions of dollars. You're getting into plays with the right people because you're in the right groups, and you're getting those big hits that you've been kind of searching after. Or maybe you want to get into the industry and you want to start building in the industry with vibe coding and all this easy with AI now. It's like you can literally access any part of the industry that you want. And this is not an industry you want to go in at it alone. You want to be able to be surrounded by people that have good insight, that have done things in the space, and can kind of guide you in a good direction. And that's what we want to do, right? So we're going to open up our free group here within the week. This is only our 4th video. We have our website up, coinbros.fun. You can go check it out. Very simple, one page. We're not, you know, this is all about just getting people together, and then obviously we'll build on it and expand on it. But right now it's just a landing page where we'll put the link to like our group when we get that up. So yeah, I don't know, that was a long rant, but much love, you guys. It's Monday. Start the week good. Everybody be safe out there. I'll do another video tonight talking about crypto, but like I said, you know, we called it. I said we break that 65, we're probably going to go up, and we went up to 70K. So I think we're in a good place right now in the industry. Good things going to happen, baby. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Much love. Peace.